What's going on, gardeners? It's Thursday, January 11th, and I've produced this video off of my typical uploading schedule because this video is a full-fledged emergency. We are about to have a massive Arctic air mass outbreak that is going to start this weekend and go all the way into next week and beyond. It's going to affect almost everybody in the United States, all of Canada, and even parts of Mexico. We are talking about historic cold here. We are going to see record temperatures, and the biggest threat here is the duration of the freeze. This Arctic air mass is going to hang out in the lower 48 states for an incredibly long period of time, and we all need to be extremely prepared. Let me show you exactly how bad this is going to be. This is a website called Pivotal Weather, and it contains all of the different weather models that meteorologists use to develop their forecast. This model is the GFS model, often referred to as the American model, and this is a temperature anomaly map. These are not the actual temperatures forecast, but rather the departure from average temperatures. This is how much colder it's going to be than average. So it's a better indicator of just how cold things are going to get. And as we progress throughout the week, you're going to see this massive amount of cold air begin outbreaking in Canada with temperatures that are 50, 60 degrees below average. And it is going to filter its way into the lower United States. And it's going to start this weekend getting really cold. And by the time Monday rolls around, you're looking at temperatures that are 40 degrees below average in the Central Plains, 30 degrees below average in Texas, and it is just going to get worse and worse. It is going to filter further south, it is going to filter further east. Pretty much nobody is going to escape this except for extreme portions of southern Florida and southern California. So just look at this. 40 degrees below average in Oklahoma, in northern Texas. It's going to filter its way throughout Arkansas, deep south, all the way beyond the most southern points of Texas. This is going to be really bad, folks, and it is going to continue its filtering further and further east. Almost none of us are going to escape this one. Look at this, 35, 40 degrees, 45 degrees below average in central Tennessee. And what's crazy about this Arctic air outbreak is how long this is going to linger. We are going to go all the way into the following week, and it's still there, hanging out with nowhere to go. And then we will finally get to around the 23rd of January before things finally moderate a little bit. So we're talking about almost 2 weeks of nonstop persistent cold throughout the United States. But here's the crazy thing. This model is forecasting another massive Arctic air mass outbreak in the end of January into February. Look, Texas, the Central Plains, getting walloped by another dramatic outbreak of cold. So this is probably not over, and this will linger all the way into February. It is going to be a really cold January into February, it appears. Okay, so those were the departures from normal temperatures. What does this mean in terms of actual temperatures? Well, if we look at the same GFS model, you can start to see that cold air begin filtering down coming this weekend, and it is going to get mighty cold as far south as central Texas. You're talking about temperatures in the teens in Dallas, the 20s all the way down into Austin and San Antonio. And just look at Iowa here. Minus 21, minus 20, minus 5 in Chicago. Really cold, dangerous, life-threatening cold. And it's only going to continue to expand. 11 degrees in Dallas, 11, 13 degrees in Austin, 20 in San Antonio. That is how bad it's going to be. Look how cold it's going to be in New Orleans. And as we continue throughout the week, it is only going to migrate further east. So now you're getting into my territory here in the southeast. We're going to see lots and lots of nights in the 20s, likely some teens, especially in cold spots. You're talking about deep into the teens in Atlanta. You're probably going to see single digits at some point in the northern Atlanta suburbs. So we're talking about setting some records here for the day, more than likely. And the wild part is it's just not going anywhere. we're moving all the way into the second half of January, and this cold is still there. You're still talking about below zero temperatures in Chicago. You're still talking about 20s deep into the heart of Texas. I mean, this is going to be a historic cold air outbreak in terms of both setting temperature records and also the duration of just how long the cold is going to hang around. And then again, it looks like it's going to happen all over again. 20s and teens all the way down to Dallas at the end of January. And we're still a little bit further out here, so this model could change a little bit, but all signs indicate to this being a really dramatically below average January. So for all of you folks that were wondering, where is winter back in December? Well, remember, most of December is the fall, not actually winter. Well, winter is right on time. It may even be a little bit early this year. This looks specifically brutal. Now, weather nerds amongst us will tell you that you can't use one model like that to have a long-range forecast. Models on their own just aren't that accurate many weeks out. And that is true, but that isn't the point. We're really close to this Arctic air mass outbreak, and all of the models agree we're going to get something bad. So while the model temperatures may be off by a few degrees in each direction, again, that's not the point. The point is we know we are going to have very cold air that is a severe threat to life and property for a long period of time, and we need to be prepared for that. So because we know for a fact we're going to have very cold air around for a very long period of time, do everything you can to prepare in advance. Winterize your garden, winterize your house. If you're at a place where there's risks of your pipes freezing, let your faucets drip. Disconnect all of your hoses from the spigots outside, and please cover your vegetables, protect your fruit trees. I have tremendous numbers of videos that I've made over the years as to how I'm going to protect my garden and fruit trees. I will link down in the video description all of my cold protection playlist videos that I've made over the years that I have archived in a playlist, and I'll also place direct links to all of the different frost blankets and agricultural fabrics and greenhouse plastics and plant jackets that I use to protect my sensitive vegetation. So if it's not too late for you, please order them. Be prepared. Have these things on hand. Watch my cold protection videos so you know how to protect these different things. And remember, even if it's too late for you to get things shipped to your house that you need right away, this cold is going to be very prolonged, and we're also going to have probably another cold air outbreak at the end of the month into February that may materialize, so be prepared for that one as well. It looks like this is not going to let up. So like I said, this video is in addition to my normal uploading schedule. I felt the need to make this video because I really believe that the weather coming is going to be particularly bad, potentially historic, and I want as many people to be notified as to what's coming as possible. This is not fear-mongering. This is not something that you should just cross your fingers and say, the weather people are always wrong with their agenda. They're going to blow this and it's not going to be nearly as bad. Don't think like that. This is going to be particularly bad. They're not wrong about this one. So it's always better to be a little bit more prepared and have everything situated and prepared for the worst, and then it doesn't materialize. So I just want you to have the things on hand that you need and for you all to be as safe as possible. Remember, the threat is not just to your plants, it's also to life, because the cold weather is likely going to come with power outages. So make sure that you have things like batteries and gasoline for your generator on hand, because I think this is going to be particularly gnarly. So everybody, I sure hope you heed the warnings in this video and that you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you're notified when I release more videos like these. Like I said, all of the cold preparation items I'm going to use around my house and my garden, I will link to them all down in the video description for your convenience. And after this video, I'm going to resume my normal upload schedule, and I hope to see you all on my next video. Dale, what are you doing? I'm making a video about how cold it's going to be, and you're sitting around in a palm tree hoodie, sunning because of how nice it is today? Well, let me tell you, buddy, let's enjoy it while it lasts because it's going to get ice cold. Boy, look at this. It looks like a summer shirt with all the palm trees, but it's actually pretty heavy duty. It's only in the upper 50s today, but Dale has 2 coats on with his fur and his little palm tree shirt. So we're a little bit comfortable. Like I said, enjoy it because it's the last of the decent weather that we're going to have for a while, right, buddy?